The Disco Halal A&R sessions with the Moscow.
Right. I think we're live. Yes.
All right. Live
How
with
are
the
you?
mighty Moscow man.
Yes. Finally. Well, I'm
How are you?
posting. I'm
Yeah.
great. I mean, considerably great. I mean,
Hi, everyone.
how can we really be? We're healthy. Our family is good. You know.
Yeah, we
Good.
gotta stay positive.
Yeah.
But
Take what you
it's
can get.
been weird, like saying Happy New Year to people. I have to admit,
Yeah, I never
'cause I don't
understood
know
the,
if happy is the appropriate.
also never
You
understood
know.
the big thing and the big fuss about a number. It's
Yeah.
like things are gonna be different just now.
Yeah, just because it's a new
Yeah,
year.
it's
Yeah.
New Year, it's over. No, less.
Yeah,
But
that's not gonna, we all know that's not gonna happen. But I
still,
guess that's part of being positive, this
yeah,
optimism that people have. New year, you know.
yeah. But also, I don't know
New,
if you need positive energy as much as you need to be smart
yeah.
to take care of people around you.
Yeah.
Giving good energy is great, but also wear a mask or just don't see too
Yeah.
many people for a little bit, and just like be more. Be a normal person and just don't
Yeah.
act like an idiot, pretty much.
Yeah, I
So yeah,
wish everybody out there was as smart as the people in Tulum right now. Because if we just followed their lead, we would, come out of this pandemic
easily.
much
Because
faster. Yeah,
there's no pandemic there.
there's no pandemic there, and it's
No.
because no one's wearing a mask.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I just see pictures all the time, and a lot of the people are my friends, and I like them. I used to say I love them. Now I like them. It's like
Yeah,
less. They went they went down in the level.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, whatever. Were you sick all this time?
No, no. I just I was in Ibiza for a week, and
Yeah.
I wanted to get tested after coming back to Barcelona. So I got a test done. I got tested because a friend of mine, who I'm sure you know, a lot of, yeah, he's quite famous DJ out there. I'm not going to say who it is. He got COVID, and he told me the day that he thinks it was the day that we all had this extended lunch together. So he's like, I'm just letting you know in case you want to get tested too. And I'm like, fuck. Because apparently there was somebody at a nearby table who he knew that I didn't know that tested positive.
Yeah.
And he thinks that's how he got it. And he's like, you may want to get tested. And then I decided to get tested, and I found out yesterday that I'm negative. So I'm happy.
That's how contagious it is.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Yeah.
it's not even. It sounds like all the time this talk. It reminds me not that I take it lightly, but all the AIDS talk in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it's totally,
go
yeah.
get tested. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, most probably, if I got it, I will be sick, and I will know.
Yeah.
And thank God, 99.5% of the people of the world are getting over it, and it's not. It is dangerous, but it's the proportion of how dangerous it is. It's not as it's not something that you will need to live with for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's something that passes.
Yeah.
For some faster, for some slower. Yeah, but I feel a little bit left out, to be honest, now, because everybody's already got it.
Yeah.
Like it's like a positive thing, even like you get it, you can go to Tulum, you can DJ there, you can DJ in those places.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people ask me if I want to come DJ in some club, and I'm like, can I wear a mask? Is it cool? Can I wear 2 masks? I mean, is it all right? And it's like, no, it's not cool. It's like, I'm like, fuck. I'm not part of again. I'm not part of the of the cool kids. That's what I feel now.
It's funny though, because like for all the people, and I have a lot of friends that say they've gotten it, and I'm like, well, how do you know? Did you get tested? And they're all like, no, but I had these symptoms, or I lost my sense of smell and taste, or I had diarrhea, whatever like that. I'm like, but you don't really know because you didn't get tested like officially. And they're like, no. So most of the people kind of fall in that category.
Ever like a serologic test, like to check antibodies?
I've done antigen, antibodies, and PCR. I've done 8 PCR tests by now, and I've done
By the way, some
of one antigen. Yeah.
Most of the times, it's not even reliable. Meaning, it could be that you don't even know that you had it. Because it's T cells. It's not everybody doesn't get it the same. Especially exactly like nobody gets a flu the same like anybody else. Like some people are not prone to flu, and most probably they're not prone to this one, so they could be like, whatever, I got some headaches. I had the same thing. I didn't check. I will go check for serological, but I had the same thing. My girlfriend, she flew back from Israel, and 5 days after she flew back, she came back home. I started to be sick. I was sick for 3 days, and then it was over. It took me a while to come back to my own kind of rhythm, because I run every day, and I have this Whoop thing that I'm like measuring my HRV and my resting heart rate and everything. And I could see that I'm going to get sick. When you wake up, you can see that the numbers are very off.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's also you should get it for, you see the respiratory rate, for example, when it spikes up, you know that most probably now it's COVID related when your respiratory rates, and because you see the difference, there is a little bit of changes. I'll send you after. There's a little bit of changes, but if there is a big change, in your sleep, because it measures everything in your sleep. So your resting heart rate and everything. And I felt that my body was way out of shape after a few days, but now I'm back. Anyway, everybody, welcome to the show. Disco Halal in our show today with Dubfire, with Ali, with fucking legend. Man, I just told, it's funny, I called my brother's best friend. My brother is like 6 or 7 years older than me. And I was always friend with his friends, this kind of kid. And he played me the first Renaissance, and the second Renaissance, and I'm like, and I'm just texting him now. I'm like, you gotta come to the show and see who's on the show, because it's fucking Ali there, and it's unbelievable that it's like, I never imagined in my life that I will get to a certain point that I can even speak with somebody like you. So
thank you so much. I mean, I never, like, we met in the DJ booth at Pasha, and I never expected. I mean, it's Solomon's night, and so there's people popping in, who he's friends with, and whose music he supports, and who's, the music aesthetic is from the same kind of universe of sound that he's known for, or whatever. And you certainly fall into that category, but I never expected to meet you, because I was a big fan of your work as well. And that was cool to meet there over drinks, good music in Ibiza.
It was also a very nice night. It was who was playing, I don't remember.
I can't remember who was playing. Was it
I think it was maybe Chloe, or I remember it was a female, not a man. It was a woman.
It wasn't Manu Latuf, right? It was a woman. Okay.
It was a woman. I remember it was a woman, probably Chloe.
Okay, maybe.
That's what I remember. But and I'm happy that we stayed in touch a bit, and I hope we're going to do some stuff together in the next few years. At least.
For sure. We have plenty of time for studio work and collaborations and stuff. So let's do it.
And so if this show, if everybody is not aware yet, you can just paste your demos, and we're listening to it, and of course take everything with a grain of salt. This is our opinion, my opinion. I always show my face and my mouth. It comes out of here. It's my opinion, and I don't have to believe in it all the time. It's just an opinion. And that
also goes for me too.
Also, very important, we just announced a remix competition. If you guys click on the subscribe, you'll get the stamps. And It's gonna happen automatically. Just click on the subscribe, and it's a remix for an upcoming artist on Disco Halal that's gonna come out on March. We're gonna paste the whole competition rules and everything, and yeah, let's do that. Yasin, I'm not gonna check the Facebook inbox. Send me here. I told you I'm busy. I have a guest. You think I can go to my inbox? I have a guest. Let's start listening to some music. I don't know how you listen to music. I don't mind listening to it. You know, I'm enjoying the listening part of it.
Yeah.
If it's bad, we'll pass it. If we'll just, you know, I'll skip through. If not, if it's not, I don't know what kind of music. I mean, you like everything, you know.
So, I like everything, and you know, like I guess I listen to music the same way that I used to when I would skip through the track in a record store. You know, when you just pick up the needle and you just kind of
go forward, and then you're like, oh, what did I miss? Go back.
Yeah.
Go forward. Oh no, it's bad. It's like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Because you can't really tell from the intro, and a lot of the times the intros are great because they're stripped down, and sometimes less is, well, oftentimes less is more.
Yeah, and so many times I talk about it here that I wish that people would just keep, you know, and go, like you said, less is more, and just like, you know, look at what you did at the beginning and just stay with that. Not all the time you need to say stuff, you know, but let's listen to music.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, that was quick. I wanted the guest to start now. From now on, the guest starts.
I mean, I loved. It's very. It's very. What was that? Classic Korg. It was a Korg M1 sound.
100%.
Yeah. You know, it was done to death back in the 90s, the early 90s. I love the swing of this. I love the groove. I wasn't so keen on the vocal sample or the pattern, like the M1 pattern, and then the kind of string that came in later. I think for me personally, I would just probably loop the intro.
Yeah.
And play it underneath something. But if we're supposed to critique it,
you can say whatever you want to say about it.
I would say I would tell the producer who produced this.
It says Pnin, P-N-I-N.
I just remember the glass of beer.
Yeah. And the name. 1 pound pint.
1 pound. That's the name of the artist. 1 pound pint.
That's a good name for the artist name.
Yeah, it's a catchy name. I like the name.
Yeah.
I would tell 1 pound pint to keep the drums and the bass line and kind of take it in a different direction. I mean, what I like to tell people and what I like to do often myself is like, if I'm not really sure about a particular version of something that I'm working on, whether it's a remix or original production, and I want to go off on different tangents, I can feel good about that because I have that one version done, and I can put it away as long as I've done whatever I can do and I want to do creatively with that one version. Mentally, I can, move on. But a lot of people find it difficult to do that. They keep, trying to fix something that maybe isn't fixable. You just sometimes have to switch gears and I find a lot of producers they get hung up on one part and they can't let go of that one part, and they keep dancing around trying to make the track better by adjusting little things, never removing entirely the bulk of probably what's not working. And it's good just to take a different direction by getting rid of most of the elements, but the foundation, which usually tends to be like the drums and bass line. Laura?
Yeah, I feel the same. I think that specifically about this tune, that like you said, it's a little played out, and if it would have come one time, for example, as like a kind of like a throwback kind of vibe, then I would be very happy about it.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next track while people are talking.
Cool. Sorry.
That's all right. It doesn't work for me.
I liked the atmosphere that was created like from the beginning of the track, and then when it went into the other kind of pattern, the arpeggiated cut, it was clashing. I felt like I was really like
the
grooving.
Tone is wrong. That's the problem. The note is wrong.
Yeah, the note.
And everything it creates this kind of feeling of like agitated over it. So I don't like it. No, it's good, but
but tell everyone what you really think.
It's like, it just makes me feel weird. I don't like it. It's just, I don't know why. Because maybe without, I don't know, this arpeggiator or kind of, it's like
It clashed. It clashed
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
obviously, but I really loved it. It could be a great track. I
Yeah.
really loved
It's a
the
good building. The bass line is nice.
yeah.
You don't need arpeggiator. A lot of the
Yeah.
time, people are using arpeggiator and they don't need it.
Yeah.
It's like saying something you don't need to say. You know, it's in this kind of situation. I just don't like it. You know.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, before selfish promotion. I wanted to show you the. Where is it? We got a new. It's still the Disco Halal page here, so I gotta show the new. Where is it? The new. The upcoming release we got on Friday.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna keep everybody waiting here, man. What do you think? You know where we're from. We gotta push it. We gotta push everything. No, I'm joking. It's really nice. There's killer remixes by Beesmans. Do you know about Beesmans? You heard about
How do you spell how do you spell Biesman?
Biesmans.
B-I-E-S-A.
I'll show you in a
It
second.
sounds familiar. I don't have my DJ laptop on me, otherwise I'd
He's like
him or her up. Yeah, him
he's
up.
Belgium. He's from Belgium, but he lives in Berlin, and he's doing a lot with the Watergate people.
Yeah, nice.
So he's we did a killer remix for it. Where is it? How can I not find it?
So how do you feel about making dance music right now when we can't dance, and releasing dance music right now when we, can't play these tracks out? Like, how do you feel about that?
I'm not ecstatic about it. That's for sure. In general, even before that, the music that I was making was dance influenced already.
Yeah.
So it's like more indie stuff, like the real indie dance stuff, and not what Beatport call indie dance.
Yeah.
And semantics, a little semantics, the difference.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I keep releasing stuff mainly for the artists, also because nobody wants to sit on tracks for a long time. Whatever, make a new one. That's what I always say. We released it, make a new one. You know how to make music. Unless you're doing it, it's a mistake that you did it.
Yeah.
The track and you got released. So I'm sorry if this was your only chance.
Yeah.
But otherwise, show must go on. And as you see, there is people playing in Miami, in Dubai, in Tulum, and
So I guess we're making music for people in Tulum, Miami, and
so make sure
Dubai.
So make sure you put it in mind that this is the style. This is the style. So we had a new, as you can see, we did a new kind of a singles layout. My girlfriend designed this really nice layout. I wanted to do this old school record, with the same like hood tunes and all this. I'm very hood tunes inspired.
Person. What a catalog that was! Yeah,
it's incredible, and I loved it. I even stole. Wait, I gotta show you. I don't know if "stole" is the right word, but it's used.
But I don't think they've put their entire back catalog online.
Let's buy it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it from them. But when I did this three drives on vinyl. I'll show you. And I did the same kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it came out because we did like a limited only for Disco Halal.
Yeah.
It was like I took all the hood tunes kind of vibe and just reimagined it.
Amazing.
So wait, let me play it for a second. Just a snippet. It's really nice. You like it? That's the original. I mean, I just do a lot of vocal stuff now.
Yeah.
That's the original. That's the Beatles one. Everybody's in the Italo world. Break that you want to hear. Maybe I'm trying. Maybe
God,
I'm trying to inspire us, to release music that we want to go back to the clubs. Because fuck it, we want to go back to the clubs. So why not? So anyway,
I mean, I really felt like I was in the club in that breakdown.
I'll send you now. I'll send you the link.
The hands were ready to go into the air, when everything kicked back in. Yeah.
And so great remixes by Beastman's Damon G, which is a Spanish god, and Kadosh from Israel, a young upcoming very cool producer. And all right, let's get back to our thing. There's people waiting here. Where were we? Sam Andreevich, what did you get for us? Bracha. I see your hand there.
And we're back.
Yeah.
I think there were too many ideas in that track.
Too many tracks. One too many tracks.
Too many. Yeah. Like I thought it was going to be like an acid thing, like a classic retro acid thing. And then the pretty kind of synth comes in.
Yeah.
And it had kind of a indie new disco-y proggy vibe. And then especially with that, when the acid bass line went out and that new part came in, it was fully, going in a different direction musically. So I think there's some nice ideas in there. But it's like, it felt like there was like two different tracks in there, 2 or 3 different tracks.
Yeah. Also, I feel like somebody said, if it's a soft synth acid, so doing modulation after the fact, that's great. Because it's very in the face all the time, and this, like you said, that's dreamy big pad. I would not do it more than once unless you wanna. You better, if you want to use it, if this is gonna be your main, so I feel like you just introduce it at the beginning, and then you can go back to it afterwards, and it's not boring. And also the key change in the bass will change it to a very good acid track, and that's what it's missing.
Yeah.
But overall, a good beginning, and I feel like Sam, you should choose the direction with this track and just go with it in that direction. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, next up. You're enjoying it? You're having fun?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun.
All right, perfect. You'll see that after that, you'll be like, I want to go back to DJing. How long has it been since you've listened to music and not just like I gotta do a mix or I gotta do this or I gotta do it.
Like loud, you mean? Like listen
Listen to music and just like fuck, I want to DJ this, I want to DJ that. It's like thinking about the moments that you will drop it. It's like it's our life.
I mean, pretty much all last year, because I don't like digital clutter as much as I never liked physical clutter, like just having stacks of vinyl all around my room and living room and stuff that went unlistened to. So I'm really good. I'm very meticulous about like keeping my iTunes library organized. And I have like this laptop, which is my work laptop, and where I listen to all the music, and whatever I decide to keep, I transfer over to my studio / DJ laptop. So there's like kind of a filtering system that happens between one laptop and the other. And so, I keep everything organized, and then I sync with my iPhone so I can listen to stuff like wherever I am. So I'm pretty good about staying on top of it. But sometimes I just go for long periods of time, depending on my mood. I just want to listen to another genre entirely, like something with guitars or
I mostly listen to jazz.
A lot of jazz right now, tons of jazz.
And like I show everybody, I picked up a trumpet since the start of this bullshit.
Nice.
And this is what I'm doing all the time. I'm just practicing. If I'm not on Twitch or doing the label work, or playing Call of Duty, that's what I'm doing. I'm like a kid again. It's fun. It's like a big. It's weird to say, but it's like a big summer break, like a year summer break. It was annoying. I missed school at the beginning. I missed my friends. I missed this. Now I'm having fun.
Yeah, you've acclimated.
Yeah,
it's funny because like for years I didn't think I could even take a month off.
Yeah.
But now I realize
I wish we took months off back then.
Yeah.
We would appreciate what we've done so much more, and we didn't shoot ourselves in the legs in career-wise all the time. Everybody's good in doing.
Yeah. Somebody's recommending, as far as jazz, Mammal Hands. That's a great name. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. I'm gonna
take
check
a screenshot of that to remember it. Thank you, Roy Ulmer
from the clan. Let's see what it is. Next one. Bringing us back.
Breaks.
Like yeah, breaks is the 2020, 2021. There's no clubs. Let's do break music.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I wasn't feeling it at all. There wasn't anything I can sink my teeth into. I've reconnected with Adam Freeland, who's here in Barcelona. He's living here at the moment temporarily, but we used to be friends many, many years ago. And I always loved the stuff he made, the stuff he played. And it seems like breaks are kind of having a slow comeback.
Yeah, 100%, 100% because there's no clubs. That's the only the only reasons.
Yeah.
There's no club. Okay, what can we do? Let's do a breakbeat music.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing breakbeat music. I never.
Yeah. I hear it a lot.
I like the original ones.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta bring the sound back also. This kind of dirty sound. This kind of like, clean breaks doesn't sound good. That's for me.
No, I know exactly what you mean. I was always a fan of this group called Evil 9. And the way they used breaks, there was a remix that they did and everybody was asking me for years. I used to play it a lot at Sunwaves in Romania in the middle of my, whatever, I'm playing the Romanian stuff or the techno stuff.
Yeah.
And it was breaks, but it just had this groove that you could slip it into like a typical 4/4 set and it would break things up nicely, but not shift the vibe too drastically in a breaks direction.
Yeah.
I think people can, and they were quite creative with the use of non-4/4 kind of
I
rhythms.
think that this is the main problem, that people don't understand why using the break.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in a club and imagine you're putting a break tune, it has to be first of all now a very sophisticated place. People that are really open and into listening to this. You breaking the 4 to the floor, even doing a drop in the middle of a track. Now everybody's taking out their phones and this. They're losing they're losing the rhythm.
Yeah,
literally losing the rhythm. Losing their shit. And then if you throw something like that, you need to be in a very open environment and people are going crazy and they're one with each other. It's a very kind of ecstasy feeling, even more than a club track, even more than a 4 to the floor, when you have this kind of big break, like hugging. It has to be big pads or big, very trancy stuff. And it's got to be very active. If he would have done this track with a normal kick, I think it would be better. That's what I feel.
Yeah, and also I think a lot of people forget the listener. They forget the dance floor when they're producing a track. It's like when I'm working on something, I always have one foot on the dance floor. I'm always imagining, okay, like, how do I want to make someone feel? How do I want to make them dance? What kind of, I'm all about like locking someone into a groove that they can't get out of. And when you have an extended or long breakdown, it's easy to slip out of that.
Even you start to lose your own groove.
Yeah.
When the breaks are too long.
Yeah, totally. So I don't know. I just didn't feel like the last track worked. I thought there was also a lot of two ideas. And like you said, like you have to ask yourself that question, like why are you doing it as a breaks track as opposed to like 4/4 kind of straight ahead kind of thing?
Exactly. Okay, let's move forward. We don't have too much time. Let's do it. Let's do it.
You're right. This goes by very quickly.
That's what I'm saying. It's already 10 to 5. You said another hour. I hope that we can make it. I have like a couple of dozen of this coming now. So I'm gonna go faster on the tracks.
Yeah.
So at least everybody can get a little bit.
Pocket that groove. Pocket that groove. All those that play that pocket that groove, they want to add a little bit more. Pocket that groove. All those that play that pocket that groove, they want to add a little bit more. All those that play that pocket that groove, but they want to add a little bit more. My favorite thing to add is that hi-hat. That is like the salsa on them chips, baby. That's the dip right there. When you add in hi-hat and you add that inside that plane, that's just that extra pizzazz. I just made up a word. It's just like making up a chop. It's like pizzazz, potato, spamato, whatever you want to call it. All those that play that pocket that groove. Pocket that groove. Pocket that groove. Pocket that groove.
I mean, personally, it's not my style. But it's good. It's not a bad track. It's a good track. Good bass line.
The bass line's cool. That the drum programming is really tight. I like the drum programming, but I just like the sample, the vocal sample was just a big turnoff. I can't stand tracks that talk about the kick or the bass line of that track, or it's just like manuals. It's cheesy.
Instruction manuals.
Now we're gonna have a breakdown, and the bass is gonna go out, and the hi-hat's gonna come in, and then you're gonna all go crazy when the hi-hat. It's like
it's all right if it's like 30 years ago, it's cool, but come on.
When there were a few classic tracks out there that worked.
I think that people really needed the manual back then to what are we gonna do like in the club, because it was very new. It was like fairly super new to dance in clubs and warehouses and stuff like this. And it's like I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna get okay, great. I don't want to go down now. Don't tell me what to do. I came here to enjoy my time. No need to say it's not like this, or from the other side, all these tracks with big speeches. Everybody knows here in the community that I hate speeches, and I hate whatever Steve Jobs suddenly still talking about the graduation stuff. Fuck it. It's like either, and stop using sample packs in general. Just get somebody to sing. There is so many people on Fiverr, on all this shit. Just send them some few words. They will sing it to you, and that's it. And you have something original. But the production is good. I'll give him that.
Yeah, the production was cool.
Right. Let's go next. Next. Oh, fuck. I didn't copy. I think this is we're starting to push up. Yes, no pianos, please. Enough. You're not Kleiderman. I have one thing I want to say, that I feel like the snare roll started in 1998. It was so long. Other than that,
I think that was like the best of the bunch, wouldn't you say, so far?
Yeah. Especially, I'm a sucker for this trancy build-up when the note is going in the major and another is the minor, and it's like it's this kind of steps that's going nowhere. It's this kind of usher vibe of a track that's like you always feel like it's changing, but it's the same. And this I like to do also a lot with my music, to have this kind of build up to nowhere. Mix wise, production wise, there's a lot of work on it, especially this kind of music. And I don't play too much of that, but you play way more, I think, this vibe, and I think it needs to sound like explosive, and be like very, even there's nothing going on, which I like. It didn't go to something huge, but still every part needs to be extra good.
Yeah, I'd say like it's for the producer Mad someone, I think it was Mad Rob that produced that. I mean, the Adana twins are a great example of someone who've mastered that kind of style. And their stuff can sound quite simple when you're listening to it, like, you know, in headphones. But when you hear it on a system, all the frequencies kind of fall in the right place, and it sounds quite massive. I didn't like the open hi-hat. I thought that was just way too obvious. I kind of preferred the straight, short. Yeah. It's like you try to find more creative ways of elevating the energy level without. It just seemed like a quick default to, okay, let's put an open hi-hat in here. I mean, just a nice 909 ride or something like that could have worked better. I
feel like myself, when I did reach this point that I felt like I need something to break, I used the very organic shakers that created part of my sound, you know, to take it to somewhere else, to have this kind of club trance sound, but with organic shakers. And I felt more connected to it myself also. So instead of being like straightforward, you know, obvious.
And it's good to take shake patterns and hi-hats and things like that and just completely mangle them and make them sound, you know, otherworldly and less like a dry sample or something from a sample pack or something. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And also, you said Adana Twins. I'm gonna plug it in next Monday. Adana Twins are here, so if you guys,
great minds think alike. Look at that.
I just did it, like literally now. You are the Adana Twins.
You sent them a text message quickly. We're down.
I'm there. Okay, I'm gonna come now.
They're really good. I would say they made quite an impact in 2018. Basically.
They really brought a new sound, which, without sounding like a pretentious person, even I connected to it, and I really enjoyed playing it. You know, which is something that doesn't happen a lot because this is not too much the style that I like, but it worked. And every time I played it, I enjoyed it. You know, I was like, I was super into it.
And the girls would move. The girls would go crazy when you played Adana Twins. You know,
especially that they did this remix. What was that remix? I will find it after. Really, the biggest track they did, I feel. Okay, next one. What is this?
Sentinel.
Arcane. snare rolls. Enough.
Yeah.
I know it's coming even without the snare roll.
Yeah.
I can see it. It's a shame. Without the snare roll, it's a very, very good track.
I think it's a great track too, but that just kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I feel like these days, and sometimes we talk about this on the DJs and Beers show that I do every week. It's like
plug it in.
It's like people feel like they have to force a big breakdown in a track, a big drop. Like sometimes I would just do what you feel. Don't feel like you have to have this blueprint that you have to subscribe to and work, adhere to, or whatever. Like I don't get why people feel. I love doing things without or making breakdowns a bit more interesting.
Yeah, the track is really nice. It took me to a really good area in my mind. I remember this kind of 2000-ish kind of vibe, and it's very wavy also. And I didn't feel like it's super trancy, but it was more wavy kind of vibe, and it was good.
Yeah,
You ruined it. You ruined it with a snare roll. No release for you. No, but just remove the snare roll. I wonder what's coming up next. Like after just for a second, I'll play it. I want to see what's after the.
Yeah.
Also, it's very, very long.
Yeah, it's like
great pad, great everything.
It's great. Yeah, it is too long. Like I think a track like that shouldn't be it should be under 6 minutes for sure.
Yeah. We have loops. I'm trying to explain to everybody now. I don't know where is this. Even current producer that's producing a lot of music, we have loops. Like literally. I mean, you're using a computer, and we're using the CGJs. It's not different, and we just have.
Yeah.
Between one and Cheeseburger, I give this track a 7. That's good.
It wasn't bad. Like I could see myself playing it, but it needs work. It wasn't like by any means like finished. And the breakdown was for me just a big. I would probably have edited that out.
Yeah.
That breakdown out.
Yeah, I mean, I always also try to explain the whole psychological meaning of this breaks. It means if you have a break, it means you need a break from the track.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tracks that they have breaks where I don't need a break.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the track. I'm dancing. I don't need a break. I'm not 70 years old. I don't need to sit down. I don't want to take out my phone and see what's going on, or to do a selfie on the dance floor, or listen to other people talk. There is tracks that you need a break, and it could be a very short break. This track can have a short break, no snare rolls, no nothing, and it's a very good track. I wonder, when you started to DJ, you DJed a lot in the US. I mean, you're from you're from Iran, but you grew up in DC most of your, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And how was it in the US back then, like in the beginning of everything? Were people talking in dance floors and stuff like this? Do you remember this stuff?
I mean, we obviously didn't have cell phones. So when you look at photos from that era, like there's nobody with a cell phone. Everybody was kind of just lost in the groove.
Everybody with spikes, though.
It's like, funny hairstyles. Yeah.
And,
But you would have people get on the microphone, and that would be a break from the track. That's when people would maybe like come out of that hypnotic state of really being immersed in something. And I think people got on the microphone then, many still do now, and people put in breakdowns and tracks to elicit some sort of a reaction from the crowd, because it's not enough that the people are just dancing with their eyes closed. It's like you want them to jump up and down, scream, kind of tell sometimes, and I know you can. I mean, you can feel when someone's forcing a breakdown into a track.
Yeah, it's usually when I don't need a break. It's like when I listen to it, and I don't say that, like, my body doesn't tell me, okay, I've reached a kind of point, now I need to regroup myself and, and then jump forward, and this kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Also, but like you said, with the microphone, that's where all the samples started. I'm imagining, that people needed to put their hands up in the air and this kind of stuff, back then. So I imagine this is where it started. But I wonder, I want to ask you something which is weird, because it's like a double-edged sword. If now we have a good reset time now for clubs. Forget about Dubai, Miami, and Tulum for a second. But the worldwide economy of clubbing is pretty much on the low point. And if I would say, okay, we're gonna get everybody together, all the DJs, and we're gonna say no more cell phones on the dance floor, in the booths, and this kind of stuff. You can have your cell phone, you can use it, but no pictures, no bullshit. Would you be up for it? Even though I have to say that it does help careers. I'm not saying not. Because people are doing this, they're pushing you in the social media, bullshit. Would you be up for it?
Would I be up for it? Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the clubs in Berlin, you have to put like a little sticker on the cell phone, and the minute, I made the mistake, obviously, like everyone else, like of getting drunk and forgetting, because I'm so used to it. Like, but it's not like I'm not trying to capture the moment necessarily on the dance floor. I'm just trying to take a photo with like a friend of mine who I haven't seen in a while or something like that. It's usually another DJ or something like that, like an innocent photo. And then I get called out by the security. And then I remember that I'm not supposed to be doing that. But yeah, I mean, there was a time before all this, cell phone usage and before social media where, our industry thrived just as well without all that stuff. So for sure, we can easily get back to that, and it'll continue to thrive. But right now, everybody wants to capture the moment because they need content, social media content. Because if you don't have content, then you don't exist as a person. You're not relevant. It's like, I think the belief these days amongst everyone.
I mean, I believe in content, but I believe in good content. I don't believe in any content. Good content is all right. Content that will show you true who you are, that's great. Some posting of some people with I don't want people with bathing suits to listen to my music. I have to say. It sounds weird, but this is not what I make music. You can dance and enjoy.
Just not on the beach.
Unless it's like a beachy kind of head candy. Like, give that thing a space. That's what I feel. Okay, let's move on before we'll say more bad shit. You said something was wrong with my brain. I did. Should bring like a stenographer. How do you call it in the
This has got like an orbital vibe, right?
Yeah.
That kind of arpeggiated.
Like ups and downs kind of vibe.
Very orbital.
How do you call it? The person in the court that just draws whatever happens in the court. You remember this? Stenographer is the guy that's write down everything, like an illustrator.
Yeah. Oh, in court.
I think there's a name for it. But anyway, we can bring this to the club, and they can illustrate what's going on in the booth. You don't need like two girls in a bathing suit like this with their phone. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to DJ. I'm in the middle of stuff. With all the respect, and I have a wife. I have a girlfriend. It doesn't look good. Imagine I was a pilot. That's what I always tell everybody. Imagine I was a pilot. Would you go in the cockpit and start with your drink all over my shit?
Yeah. Oh my God.
You wouldn't.
No.
All right. like it.
Did you like it?
It's good. Again,
Yeah.
too many breaks. I
Yeah.
would rather it to be more like emotive, kind of like building it kind of vibe,
Yeah.
like more with a climax. But this sounds really good, and it touched the right stuff. I mean, it's
Yeah.
of course editing and stuff like this, you can always change, but I feel like this, it worked.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something I would play. It's not quite finished in my opinion. I love those chorus kind of guitars. Reminds me of Cocteau Twins. You know, I love that kind of sound.
Yeah.
And I like the kind of nod to that classic orbital style. I would tell that producer to listen to what's a song called from Orbital, Belfast.
Yeah,
it's a great example of something that really has stood the test of time. Even Shine.
About the editing of it, and the way everything is in. Even it's hard because a lot of the people they're listening to, like we said, like this kind of top tenors, and you know, and they're doing stuff which is in their direction, but you need to listen to other stuff, you know, to get this kind of how to edit it. And it's okay to sound different than what everybody else is doing. It's even more than okay.
Yeah, totally.
Let's play your tune next. You ready? You ready for everybody to tell you what they think?
Yeah. I figure it, like, if we're dishing it out, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's by the way, even if it feels like it, neither of us said anything bad.
Yeah,
it's just you know, it's just our opinion, and nothing negative.
And you know, you see a breakdown in the waveform, but it's quite a short.
don't worry.
It looks like a long breakdown, but it's quite a short breakdown.
Yeah, because it's a short track, so it's good. It's like less than 6 minutes.
Yeah, I'm trying to do shorter tracks these days. So.
Yeah, it's just loop it. We can just loop it.
I hear this voice in my head that's when I'm in the studio with my engineer that's always saying, "All right, Ali, get to the fucking point."
Yeah,
you know?
It's hard now. You want to get to the point. Also, it's exciting. Okay, let's play. You're gonna get to the point fast here.
Yeah, and you can skip through it the same way.
I can hear it. break that's needed. You know?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
It's a great example of like you said, like less is more, and this is just about being tight in your idea and just going with your idea that you had, and not just like doing a lot of stuff on, you know, just because you're afraid to be a kind of naked, you know, when you play. And some people said tool or not, it doesn't matter. It's every track is a tool if you're a good DJ.
Yeah, no, you know, this thing, I'm glad somebody said tool, because for me it was a tool. Like I finished it, it was really functional. It worked great in the clubs, but it wasn't like for me a big standout track. And I kind of shelved it, and then I think I did it last year, and early last year, and then I got a message from Denson Pika, and they said, hey, you know, would love to have something from you on the label. Do you have anything that you know sitting around that you haven't released? And I looked through my archives, and this one had that kind of vibe of their label. A lot of the stuff that comes out on the label, I sent it to them, and they absolutely loved it. So they just signed it a few weeks ago. So it's going to be coming out on Needed Planes is their label. But it's something that like I didn't think was amazing. But when I re-listened to it recently, super loud, it worked for me, and it clearly worked for them enough, you know, that they wanted it.
I got something to play you.
Yeah.
You ready?
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
For me to play you something?
Yeah. This is something from you.
Yeah. Something I've been working on, and I'm like, this is the right time. But don't look at the. Oh no, wait! I'll do it like this. You can't look at the.
I think people find this the most interesting part of your show, right? When you and the guest are playing unreleased material for each other, and
I like to hear other people's music. Also, it's good to know where you are in the world. I feel like
we got to throw ourselves in the fire, because you know.
Yeah, I don't feel different than anybody in the chat. The only difference that I have the mic, so I can talk all the bullshit. But they can write down, you know, and I'm open for any opinion and I'm like, whatever, you know. It's a kind of, I wouldn't say a service. I'm having fun. This is my idea of fun. You know, listening to music. It's like when I was speaking with Misha and Maya, but it's like when you were younger and you're listening with friends, you're listening to music, you know, and you're listening to new stuff that's coming out, or demos or promos and stuff like this. And you're like, yeah, also I imagine when you guys did all the compilations back in the days, you know, you got like tons of music, and I don't know if you had always somebody to share with, to listen, as opposed to just listening to yourself. Because when you have more people, you can really, even, it's stupid, but even with this chat, if there's a good track, you can feel the energy of, you know, people connect to the good track. Yeah, that's what I feel. Totally. Okay, ready for it?
Yeah.
I'm not. Whoa.
What tempo do you like to work at? Do you have a default tempo, or it just depends on the project? Are you like a 124, 123 kind of guy?
If I'm trying to do a banger, it's probably going to be like 124. If it's a punky tune, like if I'm grabbing my guitar, it's around it's always 120. Yeah. And you know, and then it varies. But yeah, it depends where I'm like, let's do something. But lately 126, I'm not going everywhere. I never even think about it anymore. But yeah. But now I thought about it.
And what about like, okay, so that's producing wise. What about when you're DJing? Like what's your tempo? Is it about the same, or do you kind of you play a bit faster?
With the technology now, you can really play anything in any speed. But I try not to go over in big rooms, of course, around 125, 126 I can go to. But like in normal size rooms, 122, that's my limit. I gotta reserve my energy. I feel I can create the big moments not by the speed, by like, I like to play with 4 CDJs, so like the complex and taking stuff from tracks and building, and when I'm done playing, I feel exhausted, like Jeff Mills on 4 turntables. But now this kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play it. I'll play it.
Cool.
I'm excited. Wait, it's not mixed yet, so I hope it will. It's like a surprise. I would say it's a cover for my favorite track, top 5 favorite track ever.
I wanted to stay. Everyone was well and faded. So as I sedated when it was time to turn on. I wanted to stop. My eyes were so dilated. The traffic seemed syncopated, and my car turned me on.
This has been
nice one. Brought back a lot of memories.
This has been the longest 4 minutes of my life. I've never been this nervous in my life. I'm sweating. Literally, I'm sweating.
No, I really loved. I mean, it's for somebody guessed who that was a cover of. It was a collaboration between Richard Morel, which is a singer we used to work with quite a bit. We meaning Deep Dish when I was in Deep Dish, and 16B, a guy named Omid who's also Persian, but grew up in the UK. And I think it was Omid that sent us that instrumental, and then we thought it could benefit from a vocal, and we gave it to Richard, and Richard wrote the amazing vocal, timeless vocal around it. and I think it also was licensed to Hooge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out that you opened the Global Underground Moscow.
And so a lot of people attribute that track to me and Sharam, but it's actually 16B and Richard Morel. We just kind of
it's yours.
We're good A&R men.
No,
but it was a great cover. I love the vocal. I love the dynamic that you had on the vocal. Who's the vocalist?
She's a new artist called Leonora. She's actually from Moscow, but she lives here in Berlin, and we're doing some stuff with her. And I was in my head, I was like, I started this cover one day, and I sent it to her, and I'm like, if I send it to you to remix, then I'm closing a circle and I'm releasing it, and this is amazing. So if you want to do it, it's not like it's not a mob flash now, really. But if you want to do it,
I would love to do something.
This is by far, I don't even know why. I'm just saying it came from this era for me when it was so fresh and genuine and honest. And I was like, fuck, I've never been exposed to this kind of music in my life before the Global Underground series, before all this era. And I'm a sucker for that. And I'm happy you like it. I still need to edit it a bit.
No, it's good. I like the Kraftwerkian. You had this Kraftwerkian kind of melody, the little eerie.
Yeah, that's always there. Like
sounded, like that track "Neon Lights" from Kraftwerk.
Yeah,
that kind of vibe to it.
West Coast vibe, West Coast sound. Yeah, always like the funky warm. That's like when I was growing up, I used to listen a lot to this kind of funky warm, and all the Dre, kind of like all the hip hop, and it came all from this like West Coast. So it's stuck in my head, this kind of vibe.
Have you done many throughout your career? Have you done many covers? Like, do you have like a list of songs that you eventually will cover or that you've covered?
I did a few. I just released Golden Hours that I did with my girlfriend. It's out on my album. Brian Eno from I forgot the name of the album. Ship something. A lot of edits. I like to do a lot of edits that I take. I can send you the lot, but I wish I could sing better. If I could sing better and didn't need anybody else for then I could do. I love covers. It's like
I do I have never considered myself a vocalist, but like everyone else, I used to sing in the shower, and I thought I sounded amazing. I sang in the shower with all that natural reverb and the background noise of the water running and everything like that. But with the right processing, with enough takes, you can actually make your voice sound pretty good. I've sung most recently on the thing I released on Dynamic, "The End to My Beginning." That was my voice, just because I was too lazy to find a vocalist. And because when you're dealing with vocalists, I mean, I deal with a lot of vocalists, and I have over the years, and sometimes you just get nowhere. You're just not able to nail it, or there's too much back and forth, and it does your head in.
I can do a mean Elvis, that's for sure. Like there's some guys here from Tokyo, Tropical Jazz. He heard me how I sing when I'm in Tokyo. I'm like, I'm the Elvis king. Like, give me Elvis, Sinatra, and Billy Joel. That's what I do all night. I'm drunk. I'm like, I'm the worst. I'm the worst person to go to a karaoke with, because I never give the mic away. It's like being a DJ. I'm the DJ now. I'm gonna play all the songs. I select them. I'm like this without it. I can't even see in the machine. And like, I know. Actually, I did another one. I did the one for Not Over Yet. That's I'm singing, which is okay. You can hear it for a second if you want. Same kind of ATZ vibe. My guitars. Okay, let's move to some other people's stuff.
That was you. That was your voice. I like that. I like the effect.
A lot of stuff together, yeah.
And that's a cover of a Klaxon song.
Oh, that's what's her name? Grace.
Oh, Grace, BT.
Yeah, BT. No,
Ah.
BT produced it.
BT was the Grace track. Yeah, not every. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Also on Hooge, I think. No,
Yeah.
that was on Paul Oakenfold's label, Perfecto.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones, I think. Like the biggest tunes. Yeah, I don't know. I like this music. I like this era.
Yeah.
I still like it. Okay, let's go back to the show a little bit. For people that freak out here. They're freaking out.
That was quite a trippy song. It made me want to.
It's like I was like, this will be the last track I will release, kind of like it's like an ode to my career. It's like it's not over yet. Fuck it, let's do it together with the other track. What's this? It looks big. It looks DMT. floor is yours.
Wow.
No, it's like wow, where will I play this now? I couldn't play it in Tulum.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it just had a lot of the cliches um, of that genre of music in it, and I just like I don't know, I didn't necessarily feel the essence or the soul of the track, nor did I feel the identity of the producer necessarily in it, because that's what you want. You want to hear something, and you want to you want the track or the remix, whatever, to be sort of a window into the identity of the artist who's making it. You want to feel like there's an identity, a sense of identity there, and that one just felt anonymous, to me. Like,
yeah, it could be anything. How did you ever like were interested in this A&Ring kind of like label work kind of
yeah, I mean, Sharam and I ran 3 or 4 labels for a number of years, and we were heavily into like really A&Ring. I mean, we were like working with the artists. A lot of times we would receive something that just it was promising enough for us to A&R it to the, across the finish line. And I think that the art of A&Ring to a degree over the years has gotten lost with the younger generation. People like Damien, I still like I'll hear something and I'm like, wow, this is great, but it could really be better. It could benefit from this or that. And I really work with the artist. And I think the artist appreciates that you've taken the time, that you see the potential of the track and you see their potential and you work with them. It's a collaboration to a degree, A&Ring something. So,
yeah. I mean, there's no direct rules for it for the A&R part, but when you hear something, you hear something. That's the only thing you can say about it. Especially here, trust me, when we're going to hear a tune that we see, okay, this has a future or this artist has something, it's easily, it's not easy to miss. Let's say that. But yeah, it's like also now it's too easy to release music and people are drowned in like a lot of music. So
yeah, it's sometimes, things with the sample libraries and things like that, everything is like perfectly processed. You put it together, it sounds more or less mixed down. But like you're not really, I don't know. It's hard to, sometimes it's hard to articulate for a producer what it is about the track that you like or dislike.
Yeah, it's a feeling. Most of the time, it's a feeling.
A lot of times it's a feeling that can't be articulated. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked how much time and effort would you put into a track producer you like, or in the old days, would you get to like a studio with the artist and stuff like this to work with them, or was it always kind of like a communication kind of way, like mails or stuff like that?
I'm trying to think back to all the artists. Most of the time, it's just been because of proximity, because of like where we all are. Like it's just really, it was just like communication via phone or whatever.
Yeah, that's it is now. But back in the days, being in the studio, not anymore.
Yeah, I remember like the first time I met Martin Buttrick, he was still with Timo. He was working with Timo Moss. And they came to Washington, D.C., and we were in the middle of a remix for Timo Moss for a song called Help Me, Sharam and I. And Timo and Martin and Loco Dice. Loco Dice was like just hanging, like opening for Timo and kind of like carrying his records and stuff, like kind of as like a tour manager. And Martin came along for the ride. And that was the first time I met Loco Dice and the first time I met Martin. I think the second time I met Timo. And they came to our studio while we're in the middle of working on the remix for them. And Martin is like a genius engineer. And he was like, listening to it, giving us some tips. I remember I wasn't sure if we had enough bottom end frequencies on the bass line and the kick drum and stuff. And Martin kind of came over and felt the tweeter.
Yeah.
He just kind of put his hand on it as we played the track at a certain volume. and he kind of, because he didn't really want to sit down and kind of like mix it down for us, but he kind of just did that, and that told me a lot about you know. He really knows his shit, and he's a very, very good dear friend to this day, and a fantastic engineer. But like it was great to meet them while we were working on this thing for them, and I guess that was kind of like a situation of kind of an A&R, collaborative A&R kind of session.
You want to listen to the next one?
Sure.
What Yasin got for us. I hope Sandra Bullock is not going to come here or anything. No. The brakes.
Yeah.
The brakes are back. You're wrong.
Not really.
I'm happy to be wrong. Like the break came so soon. Like before, I just got into it. I just get into all the groove of it. Sorry, you're on mute. It's a very futuristic inner vision sound design. That's what I feel from it.
Yeah, and I feel like the track, I mean, the drums definitely needed work. And there was too much music and melody. It was like music on top of music, melody on top of melody. It kind of weighted everything down. Mm-hmm. And I can't help but think of the term, somebody said it to me years ago, and it was so funny. And then they described it like man trance. They said man trance, and I'm like, what the hell's man trance? They're like, really emotional music that makes grown men cry. I'm like, okay. And
why does it work on us? That's what I'm asking myself.
Man trance, because I think it forces us to tap in emotional side, just like a sad movie does.
Yeah, everybody saw the thunder outside. I thought it's my eyesight. Fuck, what's going on? It's like January. It doesn't rain here. It's weird.
No, but
yeah,
kind of man-trancey, this song. Very
it's
melancholic
not
and
futuristic, and it's something you don't hear a lot, but I think it's ahead of its time.
yeah. I mean, I'm all for emotion in a track, but I feel sometimes people try to also force, just like they force a breakdown, they try to force the emotion.
Yeah.
And if it's not there to begin with, then no matter how many synth layers you have in there, melodic synth layers, it's not going to create bigger emotion, more heart, But
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Everything you say, I say amen. I gotta ask you. We didn't talk about food. I wanted to speak about food, but
food.
Yeah, food is it's a real thing. Music is good. Food
I actually miss Israel so much for the food because some of my best meals are.
Go to Dubai. It's the same food. I heard they took
and then there's DJs and everything's open. So let's go to Dubai.
Like Tel Aviv, but just like 10 times more expensive. And growing up in DC, I've always wondered, what was your favorite dish?
Growing up in DC,
and this like DC kind of like
growing up in DC, it was like my mom. I think for me is the best chef, and it was just I grew up eating a lot of, when she wasn't cooking because she was busy working. We were quite poor when we left Iran and came to the USA, and just growing up in an apartment, housing kind of project complex area. My mom would always cook, but when she was working, it was like fish sticks and like frozen potato patties and things like that. Captain Crunch cereal, peanut butter sandwich with orange juice, like and some of these things, like when I eat today, like they're like memory triggers, and I still eat. And it was like the thing that I defaulted to every time I came home from school. I would make not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but a peanut butter sandwich with orange juice, because orange juice for me is the perfect complement to cut the peanutty peanut butter spread, the creamy peanutty spread.
You need the acid to cut the.
You need the acid, yeah. You need some acid in your life, ladies and gentlemen.
Like putting like lemon on tahini, even though I stopped using lemon on tahini because I prefer the tahini as is.
Yeah.
But it's like that.
Too much tahini can be a bit, It's like too much miso or too much.
My thing now is tahini and miso together. By the way, that's
a classic combination that a lot of chefs are experimenting.
That's how I do. This is my base sauce for everything now. I don't know what's outside, but it's like alarmingly dark. It's like we're in a cloud.
There's a storm coming. There's a storm brewing.
Big storm coming.
Yeah.
It's not Miami here, and it's not too long. It's not even Dubai. Okay, one more, and then you gotta go.
One more, and I gotta go fix my internet because I haven't had internet in 2 days. So.
Okay, so Alphonse, you're gonna be the last one. You better be good. If it's not good, I'm gonna cut it, and we gotta finish with a high note. Not. It's a man trans break. It's a good use of the breaks.
It's a good use of the breaks.
Yeah.
And while we were listening to it, I messaged you privately about a producer. I mean, the last kind of mind-blowing breaks tune I heard was from a producer named Traumprinz.
Yeah.
And it's a song called, can't play it on here because of copyright issues, but whatever, everybody can check it out. It's called Only Love Can Set You Free.
I can
from
go
Traumprinz.
through it for a second.
We can forget.
I can go through it for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also a man trance.
Yeah, quite man-trancey.
This should be the name of your next label.
Yeah, man-trance would be great.
You're gonna be swimming in it.
No, but this song, like, my friend listens to a lot of music, discovers a lot of music, and he's not a DJ or has nothing to do with the music industry. We were on mushrooms, staying in a house in Joshua Tree, and super high on mushrooms, and he was playing the music because I couldn't be, fussed with providing the soundtrack to that experience. So he was doing it, and then he played this, and I swear to God, we must have like put it on repeat for like 2 hours, and it was just getting better and better and better and better. And then I figured the next day, I wouldn't, feel the track as much as we did when we were high on mushrooms.
Yeah.
But when I listened to it the next day, it sounded just as good, and I'm like, this fucking producer's a genius who made this. And it's I shouldn't like that kind of a track, but for some reason it just, I don't know, it just works. It really captures a certain emotion. And for all the producers today whose music you played, who have gone down the breaks kind of territory, it's a good reference point for them to check.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's finish with that.
Yeah. All right. Positive note. Positivity.
Go. Otherwise, we can stay here forever. There's so much music.
Well, we're gonna have to do a part 2 because I had so much fun with this, and I'm sure there's so much music that didn't get played.
Friday, come check out the show I'm doing with Faulty DL. If you guys know who he is,
also great producer.
Check it out. He's really a breakthrough kind of like new sound, created new sounds that really led to what we're listening today in the whole kind of like Ninja Tune vibes. And Ali, thanks so much. And
Thank you.
I'll take you to eat in Miami. There are some hot spots that we can go. COVID hotspots that we can go. But
COVID hotspots, because there's no COVID in Miami either. So we'll be fine, right?
No, we'll make sure that we're separated and socially distanced.
Yeah,
outside on the beach, and in a group of 2 people, me and you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks, guys,
and sorry for not having everybody getting to be listened. Whatever. Next time I'm here. Friday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you.